If you're not switching ball screens, tagging is something you have to understand in pick and roll. As the ball handler comes off, he will have two people guarding one, even if for a second, and the roll man is now open as the big has to recover. The tag man is the backside guy who has to come and tag, allowing the defender to get back, and then he will go back to his original matchup. Now, tagging is something that officials are trying to get out of the game because they're trying to decrease the physicality, but what a tag is it's getting in the way or bumping the roll man. So in a perfect situation, as the ball handler comes off of what's called a paired side ball screen, two people are guarding one, and as the roll man goes to the rim, the tag man would come in, cover him up, allow the big to get back, and then he returns to his matchup. Essentially, your defense is helping the helper. So as this guard comes off, the big is helping the on-ball defender, and the tag man needs to help on the roll. So when one of these things break down, open buckets happen. It's really important that in this situation, you physically tag the big. You'll see here that the tag man goes down and tries to steal the ball instead of tagging the roll man, and he's late and gives up a bucket. Now, coaches can have different philosophies on who should tag. You'll see that as this ball screen happens, the tag man that we've seen is more worried about the three-point shooter leaving the big open, and so the opposite low man ends up being the tag and forces a turnover. Some coaches will do it based on who's the low man, some coaches will do it based on who's guarding a non-shooter. You'll see that the reigning national champions do it with their big. The post player's guarding his man on the perimeter, but as the roll happens, he's going to leave the top and come over and be the tag man while his defender gets back, and then he'll return to the non-shooter on the perimeter. So the strategy may vary, but the concept is consistent. Now on middle ball screens, there will be two tag defenders available. You'll see that as the roll man goes, there are two defenders on the backside who are going to tag. What they're trying to do is cover up the roll, and then everybody returns back to their man. You'll see that the big is going to run back to the rim, and then the help defender is going to close out to his man last. So the concept is that everybody is trying to cover and help for each other. You'll see here that as he comes off of the ball screen, there is going to be two tags available, and the top tag man is going to physically tag him, allowing the big to get back, and everybody closes back out to their original matchups, and there was no advantage gained by the offense. So the goal is to not give up any open looks, but also not have to switch and create mismatches. Here, the guard will throw it to the roller, and the tag man is going to come over and just get in his way, allowing the original matchup to get back, and then he recovers to his man. Now there will be situations where the tag man, especially if he is a post player, will end up just switching and taking the roller since they're the same position. Here, there's two available taggers, but the post player is in position to take him, and he ends up just contesting the jump shot. Whatever the defensive strategy is, you have to know who the tag man is. Here, it would make sense that the big who's in the paint would be the person to come over and tag, but he sees his man lift and leaves, and nobody is there, and that's why they give up an open bucket. This situation is almost exactly the same. As the double drag happens, you can see that the big is open on the roll, and the bottom tag man doesn't think it's his responsibility, and it leads to an open bucket. So coaches have started to come up with offensive strategies to get rid of tags. You'll see right here that as the ball screen happens, they're going to have a guard run baseline to pull that tag out, and the top tag isn't available either because of the spacing, and this play is called exit. It's one of the best plays that people are running right now, and the reason why people are doing it is because